The reaction from Europe to this secret US-Russia framework is one of deep anxiety and concern. For many European capitals, the primary fear is that this deal sets a dangerous precedent of appeasement. If Russia is allowed to keep the territory it has seized through aggression, it sends a clear message to Moscow and to other potential aggressors that territorial conquest can be legitimized through force. This is a fundamental challenge to the post-World War II principle of inviolable borders, which is the bedrock of European security. Nations on NATO's eastern flank, particularly Poland, the Baltic states, and Romania, view this as a direct threat to their own long-term security. The second major concern is the strain on the transatlantic alliance. The fact that the US and Russia were reportedly working on this plan in secret, bypassing Kyiv and potentially pressuring a key ally, has raised serious questions about the reliability of the US commitment to its European partners. If the US is willing to unilaterally dictate terms that compromise a partner's sovereignty, it undermines the trust that binds NATO together. Furthermore, the plan's focus on wider European security is viewed with skepticism. European leaders worry that the US is attempting to offload the primary security burden for Ukraine and Eastern Europe onto the European Union and NATO's European members. If the US rolls back its military assistance, Europe will be forced to rapidly increase its defense spending and military production to fill the gap, a costly and complex undertaking. However, a cessation of the war would bring significant economic relief to Europe. The war has fueled inflation, disrupted supply chains, and driven up energy costs. A stable peace would allow for the normalization of trade and energy markets, providing a much-needed boost to struggling European economies. The question for Europe is whether this economic relief is worth the long-term security risk of legitimizing Russian aggression.